Meridia, Daedric Prince of Life. Malakath is notable among the Daedric princes for being one of the Aedra and becoming one of the Daedra. In a similar way, Meridia is notable for being one of the Magna Gi before she became a Daedric prince. There is very little information overall on Meridia, but she is generally regarded as one of the most benevolent Daedric princes. Meridia was originally known as Meridnunda, one of the Magna Gi, the spirits that followed Magnus, the god of magic, as he fled the plane of Mundus, tearing a giant hole in oblivion, commonly viewed as the sun. The Magna Gi that followed him tore their own holes, viewed as stars. Meridnunda was worshipped by the Aelids as the personification of light, but eventually began consorting with the Daedra, although who, and exactly why, is unclear. Due to her interactions with the Daedra, she was cast out of Aetherius, but she managed to create her own realm of oblivion, the Colored Rooms, and became known as a Daedric prince. The Colored Rooms appears to be a vast area of coral-like growths, floating stones, and luminescent liquid. As a Daedric prince, Meridia represents the spheres of both life and energy, and is the enemy of all undead creatures and anyone who practices necromantic magic. She will often enlist heroes to wipe out groups of necromancers and undead monsters, and she is also the enemy of the Daedric prince Molag Bal, due to him creating the undead creatures known as vampires. Many of the Aelids apparently continued to worship her after she became a Daedric prince, and one of their kings became an immortal champion of Meridia's before he was finally struck down in the Third Era. While all of the Daedric princes have mysterious motivations and do not align with mortal concepts of good versus evil, Meridia is appreciated by many due to her insistence on wiping out murderous monsters that threaten mortal settlements. On the other hand, her hatred knows no bounds, and she'll attempt to annihilate any undead creature, regardless of their actions or intentions. Meridia has two artifacts associated with her, the Ring of Khajiit and Dawnbreaker. The Ring of Khajiit is a legendary ring of thievery that is also linked to the Daedric prince Mephala. How Meridia came into possession of it is unknown, but they seem to go back and forth in their ownership of it. Dawnbreaker is a gleaming longsword that was supposedly forged in a holy light and created with the intention of burning away corruption and false life. When used to attack an undead creature, there's a possibility of a fiery explosion emanating from their corpse, burning any other undead in the vicinity. Meridia's background as a fallen Magna Gi certainly makes her one of the more interesting Daedric princes, as it's possible that she has a different perspective than the others on mortal life and Nirn. As an enemy of the undead hordes present across the land, she's definitely an ally to many of the peaceful mortals living on Tamriel, but her thoughts and true motivations will likely remain a mystery.